Now, remember, this whole thing is because the Democrats, and remember, the Democrats live within the media bubble just like the Republicans do. So the Democrats just have their imagination fed back to them all the time. If they believed in green dragons, eating the Empire State Building, the media would say that's what was happening. And it would shock them to find out that everyone in New York is looking at the Empire State Building and there's no green dragons. So in other words, they don't know this. What they think is that we read the report, but we didn't get the report. We're not smart enough to get the report. We need the visuals. We need it on TV. We're not going to read the book. We need to see the movie. They keep saying this. They keep actually using those terms. Okay, so now nobody tried to instruct. This is what Trump keeps saying. No obstruction, no collusion. No obstruction, no collusion. There was no obstruction and there was no collusion. So that's the end of that. But just in this one point that he was not exonerated, John Ratcliffe really went after him on this. And listen to this clip.
Your report, and today you said at all times the special counsel team operated under, was guided by, and followed Justice Department policies and principles. So which DOJ policy or principle sets forth a legal standard that an investigated person is not exonerated if their innocence from criminal conduct is not conclusively determined?
Can you repeat the last part of that question?
Yeah. Which DOJ policy or principle set forth a legal standard that an investigated person is not exonerated if their innocence from criminal conduct is not conclusively determined? Where does that language come from, Director? Where is the DOJ policy that says that? Let me make it easier.
Go ahead.
Can you give me an example other than Donald Trump where the Justice Department determined that an investigated person was not exonerated because their innocence was not conclusively determined?
I cannot, but this is a unique situation.
Okay, well, you can't. Time is short. I've got 5 minutes. Let's just leave it at you can't find it because I'll tell you why. It doesn't exist.
Of course it doesn't exist. The principle that you have not been exonerated does not exist in law. I mean, think about it for yourself, right? You're accused of some horrible thing you didn't do, right? You go to trial. They either find that you are not guilty or you're guilty. You either did it or you didn't, right? You're innocent if they can't prove it. That's the standard. That's the legal standard. It is so important. It is such an important legal standard because you can ruin anybody with innuendo. You can charge anybody with anything. As they always say, you can indict a ham sandwich. You can charge anybody with anything. How would it be if you got charged of some terrible thing and they said, well, we couldn't prove you were guilty, but you're not exonerated? You never do that. You never do it, right? You say, not guilty. I was found not guilty. And even if it's a miscarriage of justice, you are innocent until proved guilty, all right? So this whole thing is just, it's like, talk about being hoist with your own petard. This just blew up in the Democrats' face. As it was, I mean, I was going to come on. I didn't know whether the hearing was going to start before I came on. I was going to come on and tell you it was going to blow up because I read the report. There's nothing they can get out of this except for him saying something that he shouldn't be saying, like, oh, yes, I think he's guilty, but I couldn't do anything about it, which would be absurd. I mean, it would just be an absurd thing for him to say.